2026 offseason is going to be a really important one for general manager Kwesi Adolfo-Mensah. Obviously, the draft is the king. Drafting well puts you in position to compete and contend for a championship for years down the line. Calling a spade, Kwesi has not drafted well. I don't put all of that on him. I know a lot of people like to blame it all on him, but I think with it being a collaborative effort, you got to put some blame on Kevin O'Connell, Brian Flores. Anybody that has input on those drafts, Ryan Grigson. Um, I don't put all the blame on Kwesi, but he is the final decision maker, so you will get majority of that blame. But he does have a couple hits. Jordan Addison, barring the off-field situations, hit Jalen Naylor. Guys like that. Guys that still contributing, but he has more misses than hits. Let's be honest. Even mishandling, the quarterback situation, with Sam Darnold first, and especially in hindsight, yeah. But also Daniel Jones, how that situation kind of fell apart. It's a big offseason for him to put together a roster that's not only going to compete this year, but for years to come. The Vikings have positions of needs that, you're not really going to be able to fill all of them in the draft. That's where free agency comes in. Free agency happens before the draft, so you can really fill some holes before you get to the draft. So you're not drafted for need. You can draft BPA. That's a whole nother topic we could talk about at a different time. But with that being said, I have 5 high quality free agents that I think the Vikings should attempt to go after. Obviously, you won't get all of them. Uh, Maybe one or two, maybe one, maybe none. But these are just 5 guys that I feel like would be perfect to bring in and make a splash signing in the free agency period. My top 5 guys. Number 1 would be Brees Hall, running back from the New York Jets. He's a free agent, very explosive runner. I think with Aaron Jones kind of being on the wrong side of 30, even though he still got a little bit of gas in the tank, the injuries are kind of concerning. He hasn't played a full season, and I can't tell you when, probably ever. But speaking of with the Vikings, he hasn't played a full season yet. He's always nicked up, and he's on the wrong side of 30. Love Aaron Jones, think he's a great running back, but the business is the business. So Brees Hall, and I'm gonna piggyback off of that. He's not number 2 on my list, but since we're talking about the same position, Kenneth Walker from the Seahawks. I don't think he's gonna. I'm not sure what the Seahawks are gonna do. I see them extending him honestly, or even franchise tagging, especially with Zach Charbonnet going down with that knee injury in the playoffs. I see them bringing Kenneth Walker back for sure. But if he does happen to become a free agent, you want to put some fillers out there and try to sign him to a deal. Him or Brees Hall. That's my really 1 and 3. The 2 running backs, the running back position. My number 3 guy would be Tyler Linderbaugh, center from the Baltimore Ravens. Now, if they let him get out the door into open free agency, this is a situation where, in my opinion, I feel like Ryan Kelly should retire, man. Not because of performance, just because of health. I don't think it's worth it. The amount of concussions he's had, it's just time to hang it up, man. Like if you had a great career, just go be with your family and hang it up. For the Vikings, bring in a guy like Tyler Linderbaugh to replace that, and I feel like he could be that long term center answer for a few years to come. Number 4, it's a guy that had some steam early in his career. Was really like regarded as a up and coming cornerback. Tyreek Woolen from the Seahawks, from the Seahawks again. Uh, was it this year or was it last year? I think it was earlier this year. Like he kind of was in trade talks, stuff like that. But he splashed in the playoffs, and every time I watch the Seahawks play, I see him making a play. And I don't know if they're going to re-sign him or extend him, but I would love to have him in a Brian Flores defense. Bring it on. I'll take it. And lastly, tight end Isaiah Likely. I see the Vikings possibly cutting ties with TJ Hawkinson in this offseason just to save some cap. I don't know the official numbers, but it would save some cap. And it's unfortunate because after the injury, TJ Hawkinson just does not look the same. And like I said, it sucks because he was on a trajectory of being a really, really, really great tight end, but he's kind of just there, and I don't think the production is matching the pay. I think Isaiah likely could come in and bring some juice to that tight end room along with Josh Oliver. And have that little duo going on for a while. Maybe one is realistic. All of them, no, I don't see that happening. But if we can get one of those guys in, I'd feel better about any one of those positions with one of those guys brought into the team. But that's it. That's my top 5 free agent acquisition wish list for the Vikings. If you have anybody in mind that you think the Vikings should go after in free agency, comment down below. If you enjoyed the video, go ahead and leave a like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. I appreciate you for watching. See y'all next time.